Good afternoon and welcome to our April Wellness Kitchen. My name is June Parmarter. I'm the Director of Wellness Initiatives for ARMC. And today we have a very special guest, Rick Trice, who is the President of Glenbeigh.
Hi, June.
Hi, thank you so much for doing our Wellness Kitchen for April. So we were kind of going back and forth and trying to decide what to make. And Rick he said, I have the best coleslaw recipe.
That's correct.
So I'm like, what can I make with coleslaw? And it is like April before Easter, Lent time. So I'm like, walleye and perch. So we'll do that.
Not only Easter and Lent, but I think this is a great opportunity for spring and summer also.
Right. Yeah. So we're going to get started with Rick's recipe for his famous coleslaw.
Absolutely. Yeah, this coleslaw is great, easy to do, and it's a real showstopper at any outings you might go to, even when you're having people over to your house, and for fish fries. Perfect. Just excellent. And one of the ingredients that I'll talk about in the end are what makes this different than other coleslaws. So we have in front of us here the slaw mix, which is the cabbage, carrots, and onions. We have approximately a half of a medium cabbage in it. We have about a half of one medium carrot here, and about a half of a small or medium onion. Now, one trick that I will tell you to help this along a little bit is at most stores, you can buy bagged coleslaw mix, which is really, really nice. So I use that to speed up this process, but I do go back and I do chop it up a little bit finer because this recipe really calls for a little finer mix.
Yes, so you can use bagged, or if you want to, you can even use a cabbage or carrots from your garden when that time comes, and then you can shred it yourself, or just buy the bag.
Fantastic. The only thing I will tell you about the bag is stay away with any of the bags that have the purple cabbage in it.
Okay.
It looks great, but this mixture, it makes everything pink.
Oh, we don't want that. Okay.
So unless you want pink coleslaw, stay away from that purple cabbage. So we start off with a half of a cup of mayonnaise. We add to that 2 tablespoons of sugar.
And I guess if you were kind of watching, you might be able to use like a stevia or something, maybe. But make sure I don't think it would be 2 tablespoons. I think go online, it's probably like 1 tablespoon.
Right. Stevia. Yeah. Always check those
there's charts online.
Those correlations between.
Yes.
2 tablespoons of fresh lemon juice. I use the lemon juice in the bottle.
Yeah, you can do that.
I use that a lot, so it's great. And if you were to squeeze one, it's about a half of a lemon.
Okay.
2 tablespoons of apple cider vinegar.
And everyone's heard of apple cider vinegar, the great benefits for that. It's going to give it that little bit of a tang flavor.
Yes.
Which is great. So you just mix all this
I'm just mixing it up as I go. The mayonnaise will be a little clumpy as you go along, so you'll want to smooth that out as you're going. We have a teaspoon of kosher salt, half teaspoon of black pepper, and a pinch of paprika.
Ooh. There you go. So how long have you been with Glenbeigh?
So my experience and been with Glenbeigh since February 5th of 2024. So just a little over a year.
Okay.
And it has just been a wonderful, wonderful experience there. It's hard to explain, but get to see miracles happen every single day. It's just fantastic. Not everybody enters and leaves completely cured, but it's just another step on their journey.
Yes.
But just a wonderful opportunity and facility that is.
And April is Alcohol Awareness Month.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, we had Dalton from Glenbeigh came and spoke at our April Lunch and Learn about the Alcohol Awareness Month.
So speaking of that, when you think of Glenbeigh and substance use disorders, I think our minds quickly go to chemical abuse.
Correct, yeah.
But quite honestly, over 50% of our patients are there because of alcohol abuse.
Right.
So it truly is a problem and something that we can take care of. So if you know of anybody, yourself, family members, friends, please suggest to them. Again, this only works when the patient's willing to make it happen. Yeah. It doesn't work organically any other way, but it's just a fabulous facility.
And I remember Dalton saying something, you brought your family program back. So it's not just, because it is a family disease. So you do have programming as well for the families.
So you're right. One of my goals when I came back last February was to bring the family program back to in-person on campus. It took me a year to get there, but we finally got there. Our first Saturday was 2 weeks ago. We had about 32 family members there. Yeah. Last weekend, we had 38 family members on our campus. Just a fabulous program. In addition to the Sunday program, we also have 2 virtual programs, Friday afternoon at 1 and Sunday afternoon at 1, where virtually families can come in anonymously. They don't have to say even who they are and learn about this disease because, as you said, truly a family disease.
Okay, so now where are we here?
So we got all of our items except for the special item that I wanted to tell you about. It is a quarter of a cup of regular milk and a quarter of a cup of buttermilk.
Yes.
This is what makes the difference.
So you mix that.
This makes the difference.
Yeah. I bet.
And as I was putting this together, you were mentioning that there maybe somebody, if they didn't want the buttermilk, could utilize just regular milk in this.
Yeah, you could probably use regular milk, or I don't know if almond milk would be good. I would say probably like a low-fat milk.
But the buttermilk is really what turns this recipe.
It's not that much. So it's definitely you're getting a lot of vegetables in this dish.
So then we're going to add the cabbage to the mixture, and we're going to mix it up along with the carrots and the onions. Again, you can buy the bag, which would have all of this already mixed and works out real nice. I have even sometimes substituted minced onions for regular grated.
And I would imagine you want to marinate this for like maybe overnight if you
so
can.
you really have just moved me right into that conversation. And that's great. No. That's wonderful. This is a recipe that you do want to make a little bit in advance. You want to keep this in the refrigerator for a while. It marinates and works very, very well. As a matter of fact, in my notes I wrote, since it's a finer mixture, it does break down a little quicker than some other coleslaw recipes. However, that I found at least a couple hours in advance, putting it in the refrigerator works well. Not right before, but not 2 days in advance.
Sure,
so somewhere in that middle there really works well.
That might be more than a carrot.
Well, that's fun. You like carrots. That's good. Yeah.
I just put it all in there, but we don't have to use it all. I'll let you smell it. It even smells good already.
Yeah. It really is a great recipe.
Very creamy.
It works well, and it gets rave reviews. So you'll be very happy with it. So the family program at Glenbeigh is just really something that I feel so strongly about, and it's just an honor to be able to bring that back on campus and have that as part of our programming.
So it's my understanding that people can come and you have like an inpatient program, so they would maybe stay there for 30 days, but then you also have outpatient. After they're done with the 30 days, or can someone go to the outpatient that doesn't need the 30 days? Does that make sense?
So yes to all of what you said. So Most people, when they think of Glenbeigh, they think of our facility in Rock Creek on Route 45, but we have 5 other outpatient centers. We have one in Erie, Pennsylvania, Niles, Ohio, Beechwood, Canton, and Rocky River.
Wow, so you have a lot of places.
So we have a lot in this region.
Okay.
And these outpatient centers aren't a place where a patient comes and stays for 30 days like they do in Rock Creek.
Okay.
These are centers where a patient will come in for some therapy for a couple of hours a day for a period of time and go back to home to live, to work. And yes, there are some patients that really do not need an inpatient stay at Rock Creek. All they need is a little counseling, a little help on some issues going on, and we can do that at any of our outpatient centers. Now, the important thing to realize is once a patient goes through, let's just call it a 30-day stay at Rock Creek, the journey is not over at that point. It's just really beginning for the family and the patient. We ask each of the patients then to do what we call IOP, intensive outpatient treatment, at one of our centers. And we actually have, I said 5, we actually have a virtual program. Meaning a person does not even have to show up in person. They can just utilize, we use the Zoom format for that. And they can be part of a very, very intense program, both right after they leave the facility at Glenbeigh and for their aftercare. So it really works out nice for the patients. So it is a long journey. It's a lifelong journey. But it is so well worth it, and we get to see so many blessings and miracles. Okay, awesome. I think we're pretty good here. We're going to let this sit.
We're going to let that marinate. You can put that over here somewhere. All right, now it's my turn.
All right.
So hopefully I don't screw this up. All right, so I can't take credit for catching the fish. My better half, Kenny, he was the one who caught them and filleted them. But he showed me everything. So he did tell me when you're filleting, if you are catching them and you're filleting them, make sure with the walleye especially that you take off any like shiny area or dark area, because that's like the little fishy flavor. So you want to make sure to fillet those correctly.
And these are walleye.
These are walleye, fresh from Lake Erie. And this is a perch.
Oh,
all right.
Okay.
Yeah. So we have perch is a little small.
Yeah.
All right. So I have 2 different ways to make it. All right. The perch, it's very simple. You're just going to rinse the perch off with some water. So I'm just going to rinse that. Very, very simple. Now, this is the package that we use at home. You can really use any breading, but we use this Andes. This is Cajun style.
Wow.
This is not the Cajun style because I was afraid people might be too hot.
Yes.
So all you do is rinse off the fillets. You put them in here. Right, shake it up. Real easy. Like shake and bake, remember? Years ago, didn't people do shake and bake?
We've used one before called Shore Lunch.
Oh,
and it comes in a package or a box. Nice
so really
too.
Anything. Any kind of breading like that. All right, so then you're going to take these out. And we are actually going to cook these a little healthier. That's one of our secrets. All right, so I'm going to put this away. So we got that. All right, now for the walleye, it's a little different. This is a secret recipe, but it's not secret anymore. So you're going to take saltine crackers and you're going to put them in your food processor, chop them up really good. Then you're going to mix eggs and milk. I just put 2 eggs in here and a splash of milk. All right, and then you're going to take this walleye. I'm just going to dip it in here.
A little egg wash.
Wash. Let's get it nice and coated, really nice. All right, and then you're going to put it in the Ritz crackers, and you want to put it on top. You want to kind of press on here. That's going to make it stick a little better. So same thing, so like that.
Oh, that looks wonderful.
I'm going to actually wipe this off so they don't get soggy. All right, so then you're going to put this on here like this. Do the same one. I did bring a lot, so I'm going to be doing this after the show, so we have more fish because we don't have so much time. So I'm like, all right, just press that on there like that. Easy peasy. All right, and I'm going to wash my hands.
Well,
Very important.
This is wonderful. Yes.
Wash your hands when you're using the raw, anything raw. Get rid of this. Put it down here. Okay, now what you're going to do with these, you are going to spray them with some sort. You can use olive oil spray, canola spray,
Yes.
avocado spray. Avocado and olive oil would be healthier if you're going to do that. So you're just going to spray.
And the nice thing about those two oils, especially the avocado, it really stands up the high heat.
Yes,
Very
exactly,
nicely.
exactly. So you're just going to
That's great.
go like this, give it a good spray. If you want to do it the old-fashioned way and fry it in your deep fryer, you know, it's not going to be as healthy. But you could use like maybe coconut oil, again, avocado oil, olive oil to deep fry it. So this, you're going to deep fry these. Now the walleye, you would do 400 degrees for about 15 minutes. You want it to be flaky. It should be at least 165 degrees with your thermometer.
Internal temperature.
Yes. So there's that. And then the perch is smaller. So that's probably going to take maybe 10 minutes. And it's helpful to flip them in between, like halfway through. Flip them. And you can even spray a little bit more of the spray on there just to make it crispier.
Wow.
All right. And then I have,
That is fantastic.
I'm trying to be sanitary here.
Yeah, very good.
All right, so wash this up. This. I have two different options for a topping. The first one, everybody knows, you can make it yourself or you could purchase it, tartar sauce.
Oh, yes.
I like to make my own, but you can buy it. And I just use either mayonnaise or Miracle, but I just chop up pickles. But this is actually a healthier version. So I don't even know the name of it. I just used it before. All right, so you want to do sour cream.
Anything that starts out with sour cream is good.
I know. Sour cream. You can use light sour cream. And then you want to put some fresh squeezed lemon juice. And this is really to taste. So you can practice. Worcestershire, I can never say that word.
Worcestershire.
Worcestershire sauce.
Yes.
Okay, so you want to put a little bit of that in. And again, to taste. And then the secret in this is chives.
Yeah.
Now, chives are not green onions. There's two different things. So chives are going to be a lot skinnier, but you should be able to get them in your produce section. So what you're going to do is just mix this up. And this, like your coleslaw, should marinate for a while. So
yes.
You might not want to taste this right
now.
Yeah. But yeah, so you could use this to substitute for your tartar sauce. So there's that.
That's fantastic.
Right. Now, we have made everything ahead of time. So we have, I put some tartar sauce on here because I'm sure you could try it, but not. We're going to try this. So we have our walleye here. It's a little bit thicker. This is the one with the saltine cracker crust, and then the perch and Rick's famous coleslaw. I'm going to try the coleslaw first. Yeah. And this has been marinated.
That's very good.
Oh,
very nice.
Very creamy.
Mm-hmm.
I think you're right about the milk.
Yeah.
I think that makes a difference.
Mm-hmm.
For sure. All right, we'll try this.
Boy, nothing better than walleye.
So it's actually, it's still crispy.
Mm.
I mean,
wow.
I think if you deep fry it, like I said, you can still do that, but this is much healthier. Perch has.
Oh, perch. Oh,
I like that. That's good.
That is really good.
Perfect. Well, If you have any questions about the recipes, we're gonna be posting them with the recipes and the video. And then, Rick, is there anything else you want to say about Glenbeigh for people out there who are thinking about it?
I'll just say that substance use disorders are, as we've been saying before, it's really a family disease, and it's something that without care can really become out of control.
Right.
So we have some great resources in our community, not just Glenbeigh, there are so many more, but we're just so blessed to have a facility such as Glenbeigh in our community, providing care for our residents.
Wonderful.
So thank you very much.
Thank you so much,
This
Rick.
was
This
great.
was delicious. Now
I'm
we're
going
gonna
to continue.
eat.
Yeah.
All right, thank you. Join us next time.